to the special meeting, June 29th meeting of the Hammond Plan Commission. This commission meeting is being held electronically as allowed by the State Executive Order 20-08. I would ask in lieu of the Pledge of Allegiance for a moment of silence to reflect on your particular beliefs. Thank you. Now I would ask Ms. Smith to make a roll call of the commissioners.
Roger Brock. Dean Button.
Here.
Alex Steedlow.
Here.
Michael Dye.
Here.
Ann Herbert.
Here.
William Hutton.
Here.
Thomas Kazmierzak.
Here.
Dan Spitali.
Here.
Sharon Zaney.
Here.
8 present. We have a quorum.
Thank you to the secretary. I noticed that we do not have meeting minutes available. Is that correct, Shannon?
That is correct.
So there will be, we'll review those meeting minutes at the next meeting. Is there any old business?
No old business.
Thank you. Then I would turn to item number 5, that is new business. I've been asked to call both parts A and C together at the same time, so if you would kindly bear with me. Item 5, a new business, CP-20-07A, a petition of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission for a resolution and order approving amending declaratory resolution 04-2020 regarding the development plan for the Marina development area and designating the state line allocation area for purposes of tax increment financing in order to remove certain real property from said allocation area provisions of the declaratory resolution within the Marina development area, and CP 20-07B, a petition of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission for a resolution and order approving, amending declaratory resolution 05-2020 regarding the development plan for the Marina development area and designated the state line allocation area for purposes of tax increment financing in order to expand said allocation area provisions of the declaratory resolution for certain real property previously removed from the allocation area by amending declaratory resolution to expand the boundary of the allocation area provisions of the allocation area. I would ask the secretary if the public notification requirements for newspaper notification have been met.
Yes, they have.
Thank you kindly. I would ask Mr. Poland, and if there's no objections by the commissioners, if Mr. Poland could present on behalf of the Redevelopment Commission as the petitioner and subsequently as the staff reviewing the report. Are there any objections? If so, please unmute your microphone. Seeing none, Mr. Poland, would you please make the petitioner's statement?
Okay. So first it is CP 20-07A. This resolution from the Redevelopment Commission is altering the parcels that are included in the allocation area. At first, what they are doing is they're removing 3 of the parcels. These parcels, and I know you're may not be as familiar with the property as I am, but if you're familiar with the peninsula for the former generating plant, there are, in essence, 3 parts to the property that is owned by Commonwealth Edison. that is currently designated as 200 Digital Crossings Drive. That is one of the parcels that's being removed into the first resolution. There's another parcel that was created that has an address of 301 Digital Crossings that is owned by a company called Sam Townline. And then the third parcel that's being removed has an address of 51 Digital Crossroads, and that in essence is the property owned by the Redevelopment Commission. It wraps around the other parcels. It's on the shore, it's on the where the bike trail is, it's where the gateway building is. So the first resolution is removing those. The second resolution is adding, and give me a second while I flip some paper here. The second resolution is adding back in the 51 Digital Crossroads parcel. So the net result of the two resolutions is just resetting the base of the property classifications for the allocation area, and it is and that's how it's, you know, it zeroes at the base, so then any of the increment can now be captured. Is Dave Westland there?
Dave is, and so is Dan Bowditch. He happens to.
Okay. If Dan or Dave want to add or correct anything to that, that would be fine.
I would first go to our attorney, Dave Westland.
I don't. I think, Dan, do you have, I would defer to Mr. Bowditch, who is the drafter and kind of architect of trying to correct a problem. And it was really a timing issue. We didn't think we were going to have this issue, and Dan's the one who caught it, and Dan's the one who has come up with the solution to correct it.
Mr. Bowditch, you have the floor.
Thank you, President Button. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So what basically Brian explained the action, there's no land use provision or changes that are occurring as part of this, as part of either 07A or 07B. This is only a finance issue that's related to tax increment financing. There are 3 parcels that are pruned in 07A resolution, and the purpose is to remove decrement or current value that's lower than the base value. And specifically, it occurred because the City of Hammond Redevelopment Commission sold land to the property owners for the development of the data center site. So in essence, what happens is that the property that the Redevelopment Commission purchased in December ended up being a base assessed value of the prior year. It's a timing issue, as David had said. The base assessed value is January 1st, 2018, and the parcels were all closed on and exchanged in December of 18. So what the assessor had to do was reassess the property that was once privately owned taxable property. In the second year, it became Redevelopment Commission, which is now tax exempt. So eliminate $1,750,000 of assessed value. That's not tax increment, it's assessed value. That is a loss. What will happen is the 3 parcels are taken out that Brian explained, and then putting the Redevelopment Commission parcel back in to reset it from a loss of 1.18 million to 0. It resets everything in the allocation area.
So I assume that concludes your comment, Mr. Bowditch?
Yes, unless there's any questions.
Thank you. Is there any questions from the commissioners to Mr. Bowditch, Mr. Poland, or Attorney Westland? Seeing none, I guess, I'm sorry, I don't have my cheat sheet here. I would, I shouldn't even say that. I would then ask Mr. Poland if he has any follow-up.
Dan did a much better presentation than I did. I think at this time you should just technically go, if there's no questions from the Plan Commission members, just go through the motions of the offering for the public comment.
Thank you. Then I would ask if there's anyone from the public who would wish to comment on this, either of these resolutions or a consolidated. I do not see anyone from the public online, but I would call again if there's anyone from the public wishing to comment. Anyone from the public wishing to comment? There is none. We will move on to the staff portion review of this, these two resolutions. Before I do that, Brian, I just would want to say that the board should have received in their packet both the copies of the Plan Commission resolution, a copy of the proposed Common Council resolution, and a copy of the approved resolution by the Redevelopment Commission for each of these resolutions. So it's kind of a three-step process. We're in step 2, and perhaps Mr. Poland can navigate us through that as well. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, so just going to refer to my staff report. I'm treating both A and B as part of the same report. The background basically lays out the history of the Redevelopment Commission process. The Planning Commission always has the responsibility of making a determination whether or not the actions of the Redevelopment Commission do comply with the comprehensive plan or not. That's in essence your role. And as Dan indicated, or Mr. Bowditch indicated, is that this action has no effect on the land use provisions that are in the plan for the marina development area. So the staff recommendation is that the Planning Commission, 1, make a determination that the amending declaratory resolutions 4-2020 and 5-2020 are in conformity with the 1992 comprehensive plan. 2, adopt this report as its findings of fact. 3, adopt the Planning Commission resolution 2020-01 and 2020-02. 4, determine that this report as its findings of fact and the PC resolutions 2020-01 and 2020-02 both constitute the Planning Commission's written order for compliance with the official plans of the City of Hammond in accordance with IC 714-16A. And then 5, forward the Planning Commission's written order to the Common Council with a favorable recommendation. And I'm going to amend that slightly by saying that we are also forwarding the draft council resolution that is in your packet.
Any questions for Mr. Poland from the commissioners? Any questions? Being none, so I would entertain a motion from the commissioners, make a determination that amending the declaratory resolutions 04-2020, 05-2020 are in conformity with the 1992 comprehensive plan. Number 2, adopt this report as a finding of fact. Number 3, adopt the Plan Commission's resolutions 2020-01 and 2020-02. Number 4, determine that this report, the staff report, and its findings of fact and Plan Commission resolutions 2020-01 and 2020-02 both constitute the Plan Commission's written order for compliance with the official plans of the City of Hammond in accordance with Indiana Code 36-7-14-16A, and that the Commission would forward the Plan Commission's written order to the Common Council of the City of Hammond with a favorable recommendation with a draft council resolution. Is there such a motion?
Michael Dye, motion to approve as President Button has read off and presented to us.
Thank you, Commissioner Dye. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Herbert, thank you for your second. It's been moved and seconded to do such actions by the Plan Commission. And are there any further discussions? Any further discussions? It's been moved and seconded properly, and I would call for a roll call from our secretary.
Dr. Brock,
Mr. Brock does not appear to be on the line.
he's muted.
Oh, there he is.
Yes, sorry.
Thank you,
Dean
Commissioner
Button,
Brock, thank you, Commissioner Brock, for joining us at the perfect time. Yes.
Alex Lowe,
Yes.
Michael Dye,
Yes.
Ann Herbert,
Yes.
William Hutton,
Yes.
Thomas Kazmierzak,
Yes.
Dan Spitali,
Yes.
Sharon Zaney,
Yes.
9 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, motion passed.
Thank you, commissioners. That concludes new business. Item number 7 on the agenda is correspondence. Is there any correspondence?
No correspondence.
Thank you kindly. Commissioner comments. It's now the time for the commissioners to have something to say. Anything from the commissioners? I just hope you all have a wonderful and happy holiday weekend. Hope you all get to enjoy it with your families. We will move to staff comments.
Just to say that at this time, we will not have a July Plan Commission meeting, but once we go forward in August, depending upon how our COVID situation occurs, we're going to try and do in-person meetings. And that's it.
That would be terrific. Just when we get the bugs worked out. I assume there's no other staff comments. Anyone from the public wishing to speak?
President Button, this is Dan Bowditch. May I speak?
Yes, absolutely.
Just for the purposes and understanding of the Plan Commission, I wanted to say thank you for taking action this evening. The next step in the process is your resolution will go to the Common Council for its action as a formal action to approve the Plan Commission's action. If the Common Council then takes action and approves, it will then be sent to the Redevelopment Commission, who will then schedule a public hearing on the two declaratory resolutions, at which time they will take action and confirm all the statutory requirements were met. So there are still some steps left, but I do want to at least allow the commissioners to know that there are additional steps that need to be taken, as well as public input through not only the Common Council, but also through the Redevelopment Commission.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr. Bowditch.
You're welcome.
Do you, Mr. Bowditch, do you expect the Plan Commission to see any further or participate in this particular action as a board in a further way?
No, typically, and it's one of the oddities in the state statute is that anytime the Redevelopment Commission amends a resolution related to tax increment financing under Section 39 of the redevelopment law, it requires that that resolution go before the Plan Commission. And in this case, there's no land use provision changes or any land use implications. So it has to go through the Plan Commission, but in all reality, there was no need to, but we have to follow the statute, so we do. But there's no other action required.
Okay, wonderful. Well, the Plan Commission is aware of its determination today and would be prepared to answer any questions if they were approached.
Thank you very much for this evening.
Thank you for your comments. I believe that there is no other public comment, and I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Michael Dye, second.
It's been moved by Commissioners and Councilman Spitali, seconded by Commissioner Dye. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you all for your patience.
Have a good 4th of July, everybody.
You too.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good 4th of July.
Okay. Be safe.
Stay safe.